Hey everybody, welcome back to Addicted to Gear. I feel like I'm a DJ. I feel like I'm on a radio station. This is the brand new microphone from Fifine. This is a very capable little microphone, K688. I just got this for a review and I wanted to give you my first impressions and my takeaway regarding this microphone to let you know whether or not it's a very capable budget-friendly microphone. In Canada, I think it's $78. So it's a very, very affordable microphone. When I pulled it out of the box, I was impressed because it did look like a full-blown studio microphone, a lot like the SM7Bs, which we all know, same profile, same look. And it has a lot to offer for very little money. So today I want to go through it with you to basically give you my impressions. First of all, I think the package is very, very nice. This package comes with a shock mount, comes with the USB cable, comes with a little adapter ring that you can use to mount different types of boom arms. But it doesn't come with the boom arm. They do have a higher end package that includes the boom arm, and I think it also has a pop filter. This one does not. Okay, now I pulled it out of the box. It looks impressive, but it does feel a little bit light. It gives you the impression of being cheap, but hear me out. I think although you might get that initial impression, I think this microphone still has a lot to offer. Now, the cool thing about this microphone is that you can use it in two different ways. You can connect it with an XLR to your audio interface, or you can plug it in with the USB adapter right into your computer. And then this microphone actually turns into an audio interface. How cool is that? So it actually has a couple of controls in the back of it, including two controls for volume. One is for the volume that you hear in your headphones. The other is gain for the microphone. So you can plug your headphones right into it and you can control the gain right from the back of the microphone, so that you can take this microphone and basically use it as a run and gun solution. So if you're doing interviews on the go, maybe you want to do voiceovers, maybe you're traveling a lot, you can just connect this to your laptop and record your audio basically from anywhere, which is very, very cool. There's also a very handy button, which is a capacitive touch button at the top of the microphone. It's lit up by a little LED light. When it's green, it means it's recording. When you press it, it turns red and basically silences your microphone. So I'm going to just turn it off very briefly. I'm going to stay silent for a minute while it's still recording so you can hear how quiet the microphone is. You can get a better idea of the noise floor. And then I'll hit the actual mute button, turn it completely off so you can hear the difference. So let me just stay quiet. You might actually hear my air conditioner in the back, but I'm going to stay quiet for a minute. Listen to this. Turning it off. And now it's back on. Pretty respectable for a microphone that costs under $100. Keep that in mind, folks. Now, the pop filter that comes with this unit is quite good. I'll pull it off so you can see a side view of the microphone. Again, it looks a lot like the well-known industry standard SM7B. Look, watch this. As you can see, very similar design, the way the capsule is made. And if we put that back on, it will cut down on the plosives. However, if you're using this microphone and you do want to pump it up and introduce quite a bit more gain, which you can do, I recommend probably getting a dedicated pop filter for that. Now, I'm using the microphone. I'm probably about 3 fingers away from the front of this microphone, and that's how I think it sounds best. It gives you a really nice, warm audio recording. If you pull yourself back further, you get more room noise And obviously you lose volume. And again, I do feel like you do get that really nice warm feeling when you're close up to the microphone. And I think that's how these microphones work best. Now, this microphone is great for vocals. You can probably record things like acoustic guitar and, a couple of instruments, but I think it really does shine for voice. Now, one thing I gotta mention here, and it's quite important, is that you do have handling noise. So if you're touching the shock mount and moving your microphone that way, it's not too bad. If you're moving the boom arm, not that noticeable. But as soon as you reach around the back to adjust the volume of the headphones or the gain of the microphone, listen to this. You definitely hear noise. And that's a shame, because I think the reason why you hear so much noise back there is because the back of the microphone is plastic and obviously, picks up a lot more noise when you're handling the knobs. The knobs are plastic as well. So it's a shame because, if ever you do need to reach around, it's going to be unpleasant. Now, I highly recommend you do that before you actually start your recording. Set everything up so you don't have to reach around there and, mess around with things like that. And also, there's no tactile feedback. So if you're trying to adjust the volume on the headphones as opposed to the gain, the knobs look and feel identical. So you don't really know which one is which. You kind of have to remember the one on the right, or, the lower one does one thing, the upper one does something else. Otherwise, you don't know which one you're actually dealing with. And if you turn things up or down, well, there's no little clicks or little tactile indicators to let you know that you're halfway to max or something like that, which I feel would have been a nice addition to have. But hey, the entire thing costs under $100, so we can't really fault it all that much. I think it's still quite a respectable package. Now, let's do a little test. I'm going to just turn the microphone off axis so you can hear how quickly the volume does die down when you're not directly in front of the microphone, just so you can hear how much it actually picks up when you're not facing the microphone. So it does pick up some noise and you will still be able to be heard, but it works best when you're right in front of the microphone. So if anybody's in the room with you, they still need to be quiet to a certain degree, but it will pick up room noise and noise around the microphone a little bit less, okay? Just so that you can hear what that sounds like. Now, let's do a little test. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickles. Is that how it goes? Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled pipers. I don't know how it goes, but you can hear how that does pick up some plosives. So you have to be aware of that. And if you're really picky about your recordings, do invest in a pop filter. I think it's a wise choice. As a matter of fact, I think that the higher end version of this microphone that comes with a boom stand may actually come with an additional pop filter for that, okay? I see myself using this thing very frequently, and I think I can get a lot of good quality recordings out of this microphone, especially when I really learn how to use it best. So, for a very inexpensive investment, you have a good quality microphone that can get you quite a long way. Great for podcasters, great for people doing interviews, great for voiceovers and all that stuff. Now, if you've already tried the K688 from Fifine and you want me to know what you think about it, I'd love to hear. Have you used it for a while? Has it been durable? Have you had any issues with it? Have you had a reason to upgrade? And maybe you've compared it with other more expensive microphones. How did it do? I'd love to hear. So let us know. If you like these kind of reviews and you do appreciate what we're bringing to the table in terms of information so you can go out and make a solid buying decision, please subscribe to the channel. This is what we love to do. This is why people keep coming back, and there will be more. So stay tuned.